Next up is the dashboard. The usual problems, you know, with wood, water, it's all peeled. I'll show you in a second. We're going to try stripping it down, see what we need to do, and then go from there. Okay, so let's show you what we got. Right, so there you go. As you can see, big chunk has come off just there. That was on there. Right, so you can see that it's all peeled, but obviously it's only the wood area. The rest of these dashes are aluminium painted as far as I'm aware, so this bit's okay. As you go along, all looks okay, but just here, as you can see, it's come away, so I'm going to need to it's almost as if the two sides have sort of gone together. I don't know, it's just popped off anyway, so I could just try gluing it, but it almost feels like it's just a little bit maybe stretched, I don't know. So I might need to take that vent off, maybe get some heat onto it and see if we can move it along, maybe, not sure. So as you can see, we've got 3 brackets, 4 screws on each, that hold this whole lot into the dash. So let's start with undoing those first. So that should drop out if we're lucky. No, it doesn't. Aha! Rookie error. Let's undo the clocks. I'm going to leave it out, but it's not doing damage we don't need to do. That should be the clocks off now, hopefully. There we go. Oh, not quite. There we go. Let's put them to one side. Now that should drop out. There we go. And there we have it. Something just fell down. I think that was a bit of wood. That was a bit of wood by the looks of it. Right, let's carry on stripping this out. We've got to take these bits out. And we've got to take these rings off. Let's turn that over. Okay, so I've scraped all the blue off. There's the blue, got the big bits and the little bits. So we've scraped. I haven't got the bottom bit off for some reason. It's very stuck on the bottom. As you can see, the rest of it is all just picked off quite well. So I think the next step is a quick rub down and then maybe get some primer on it. And I think I'll leave this bottom bit because you won't see that from underneath. And if it doesn't want to come off, then it's obviously stuck on well. Right, let's go for that next. Okay, so we've sanded it down. As you can see, I haven't done the centres here. I'm going to leave those. Back is obviously as it was. The worst bit was this bit. Going along here and getting in this bit here. But obviously when it's in situ you won't see it so much, so it doesn't have to be perfect along there. But that was really tough getting it off there. So hopefully, a bit of paint and it should look good again. So that's the next step, is to put some primer on it and then get some colour, put it on. I've got just some white primer that I've just got out of my stock. Whether it's any good for wood or not, I don't know, but we'll give it a go. I'm sure it'll be fine. Right, let's give it a go. Okay, so I've covered this in primer now. A little bit closer, and you're not going to probably see it, but you can just sort of about see the grain a little bit through the paint, but that could be just because it's white. So I'm going to go for it, and we're going to give it a coat of blue and see how it comes out. Right, so I've got the colour on. I'm not quite sure again how well you can see that, but it doesn't look too bad. The colour match doesn't look right at the moment. I'm assuming probably by the camera you probably won't, well, you might be able to see it looks different. It doesn't look so shiny, but then obviously I haven't put the matte coating on yet, so let's try the matte coating, see how that comes out, and then hopefully we'll have something quite close. Otherwise we'll be going for another colour. Okay, let's try that. Right, so we've now got the blue on and I've put a matte lacquer over it. As you can see, it looks pretty good. It's come out not too bad. A couple of little bits where I chipped it on the bottom, but we won't be able to see those in situ. I don't know if anyone's clocked it yet, but this does appear to be the wrong colour. Let me put it in the dash and let's have a look. Here we go. So, as you can see, original dash, it's a lot bluer. Now what I was told was that it's body colour JRJ with a matte finish. Clearly that information's wrong. So yeah, but if it was the right colour, I think it would be alright. So we've got to do a blue Peter here, haven't we? So if we do a blue Peter with the help of someone on Facebook, because I posted to see if anyone knew the actual colour of this. Ta-da! Bert Brown has got exactly the same model as me. He's taken his out and put a walnut dash in. So I have this one to go in. If I get it in. A little bit fiddly. There we go. Right, so now we're looking miles better. A couple of cracks, but I think you'll agree we're back to a usable dash again. So let's get this all put back together, and then we can concentrate on this end. I'm thinking about putting some sort of wood to hold that down whilst gluing. Not quite sure yet, but we'll come up with something. Right, let's get on with that then. Okay, now this end. If you remember, we had a bit that was loose on the bottom here, just like this bit here. Well, it was the same down here. Now what I've done, using a bit of wood and some G-clamps, I've clamped it. I've not actually put any glue on there, because as you can see on here, if you listen carefully, it's still tacky. It just doesn't want to stay down. So I've tried the bit of wood across there, and that seems to have worked. I've held that on there for a while. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same on the top here, and then hopefully we should be okay. Right, so let's put that bit of wood on there. Doesn't want to go. There we go. Don't want to put loads of pressure on, I'm just going to give it a bit of a tweak. Ah, see. Let's move it down a little bit. Right, let's leave that like that, shall we? Right, then we move this one. Let's have a look. Right, that's been on there for a few days now. Well, probably a couple of weeks actually. That seems to have done the job. Let me bring you in for a closer look. So as you can see, it's all stuck down now. So I think that's done the job. The bottom's still okay. That's still stuck. It has been quite warm recently, so I haven't really used any heat on the top one, but that's stuck. So that's done that one. Right, back to this. What I've been thinking is obviously trying to cut down the moisture from getting into the wood and making this peel. So a few people on the groups have said about painting the bare wood. Actually, there's not much. This is probably better than the one that I took off, if you remember rightly. It was only just a light scattering, but this one's still got some bare wood. And also, if you notice, if I get it just right angle, JB, looks like whoever painted this may have actually signed it. But yeah, so I think I'm going to paint all these bare bits of wood, and then that should hopefully protect it from the moisture from getting in and hopefully splitting it. I could be wrong, but at least we're giving it a chance, aren't we? So let's put some paint on that and see how we get on. Okay, so that's that painted. So now all we're going to do is put that back in the dash, reassembly, and then we're ready to go back in the car. Right. Right, that's the easy bit done. Got the caps back in. Right, let's get that back in the dash. Right, let's pop that back in there. Flip that over. Let's get you in closer. Right, now some of these, the holes aren't quite lining up. These ones seem to be lining up. This one looks like it's in a different position, and that one doesn't look like it's quite lining up either. So it's pretty much where it's supposed to be, but the holes aren't correct. So let's get a drill. Let's draw those holes out a bit. Right. That's in. That looks loads better, doesn't it? Next, couple of spare screws. Let's drop this in. Right, there we go. That's that in. Starting to look like a dash again. Right, then we've got put the air vent back in. Right, the next thing is we've got
brackets to put back on. So mount it back to the car. Ah, lucky enough, the screw holes tell me which way round they go. So going by the screw holes, I would have thought they would come in, but actually they go, well, they come in, not go out. Right, middle one with the sponge. Try and carefully pull this off again. If you've watched Keith's video, he's had to re-drill these holes, but I feel like I'm going to get away with it. They seem to be doing up okay. Seem to be able to nip them up okay. There we go, sponge back on. And we just need to do the other end. Right, there we go. Let's bring you in for a closer look.